Hello everyone, this is Ricardo, your host here at Snippet Reviews. This week we'll be talking about four movies. All have been great, but I'm gonna start with BlackKklansman, uh, which I thought was a great movie about a real story about the first African American policeman in a town in Colorado back in the 60s, 70s. And in this story, he asks to be part of the investigation department and joins the Ku Klux Klan, which is impressive since he's an African American. The whole movie it's a little bit serious and a little bit comedic because the whole situation is strange. John David Washington does a fantastic part as the main character, as well as Adam Driver. Both of them together take part as the team of policemen who do this cover-up operation to join the Ku Klux Klan and get information on them. The movie's great. It's directed by Spike Lee, and of course it has that specific directing style. I kind of like specific scene that he has in some of his movies where the characters are moving but they're not moving, like through a hallway. So it was kind of like a cool throwback to what he does. I would definitely see it. One of the cool things I've seen around like the media for this movie is a lot of people were asking him, John David Washington, about his father because he's the son of Denzel Washington, what he felt, and he kept saying, "Hey, don't ask me about my father. You can ask him whenever you see him. You should always try to ask me about my mom, Pauletta Washington, who's a singer." And it seems that even Denzel himself will always about him or his family because she's the base of the family. So having that love for the women of the family, for Pauletta, which basically hold them together and kept the family steady while Denzel was actually starting and acting. I think it's a cool thing that both him and Denzel do on their press conferences. Another thing is Topher Grace, which you might know from That 70s Show, plays one of the main leads for the Ku Klux Klan. And it seems that he felt so bad after playing him that to clear his mind, he edited the Hobbit movies, all three of them, into like a coherent 2-hour movie. And so, you have this group of creative people all working together in this movie about a real story that seems hilariously invented, and the result is really impressive. I would recommend that you see it if you can, especially if you're in the Kansas City area. It seems in September there will be a showing in Lawrence with one of the screenwriters, so that should be like a good opportunity to see the movie and talk about it. Another of the movies I saw was Mile 22 with Mark Wahlberg. This action movie, it's very well choreographed and has a lot of action scenes, and it's pretty decent, although very short. One of the nice things about the movie is the way it's directed. It has a lot of like video camera footage, like if you were watching from the operation room of the military, which again I'm not really sure if that's true exactly how it looks, but like body cam and traffic cameras and stuff. So you still have those shots of the characters fighting like in a good action movie, but a lot of the tension and a lot of the action gets pushed around with those type of tight angles that a close camera will give you. It's not an excellent movie. The story is a bit flimsy. It does have a little bit of a twist at the end, so keep looking at that. But again, choreography is great, good action sequences. You just go watch it. Another of the movies I watched was Crazy Rich Asians, which was magnificent. I try not to go to rom-coms by myself because I don't like the experience a lot. I like to, be with friends or with someone I like, so that we can talk about it later. But this one is by far one of my favorites. It's become an important movement because of the whole cast, which is consisted of Asians and Asian Americans. The story is fantastic. Especially Constance Wu and Michelle Yeoh's characters, which are the centerpiece of the story, are great, and you can see a lot of the acting that Michelle Yeoh brought to it, a lot of the internal struggle or subtext. It's brought by her, and it's really a great movie. Both of them, Constance Wu and Michelle Yeoh, help rewrite some of the scenes to make it more realistic and more to the character in a way that both of them could feel comfortable saying what they needed to say. The last movie I saw was Papillon with Charlie Hunnam and Rami Malek. Charlie Hunnam, you may know from Sons of Anarchy, has done several movies in the past. Very lately, he's leaning towards more dramatic roles, which showcase his acting skills. He's really good. It doesn't always look like the movies are like media hits, but they do showcase what he can do as an actor. This one's not different from Lost City of Z, which was released on Amazon. It's a story about a thief who cracks safes in Paris and is set up and sent to jail in the early 20th century France. Now, if you know anything about the time, they didn't send you to prison in France. They would send you to one of the colonies, in this case French Guyana. And the whole movie is about the way this person escaped and what he did to survive that period. Rami Malek from Mr. Robot does a great job as the secondary character and support. It's actually the dynamic between him and Charlie Hunnam that keep the movie afloat. It does feel slow a little bit, but it's because of the way of the tale it's told. That's all for this week. I hope everybody has a great time on the movies, and if you're in the fence of watching anything, I would say from this week's video, Crazy Rich Asians is a hit. You will not go wrong with this movie. Or BlackKklansman if you want to watch something that still resonates with the theme right now. Alright? Hope everybody has a great time at the movies. See ya.